Hello, beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie. Welcome back to another Tony Tuesday.
How you doing?
Just a quick heads up. This episode is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and also hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified for when we have a new upload. And for our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Patreon if you haven't yet. We are reacting to these shows fully uncut. And we have some of you there who have been supporting us for a long time. So thank you. We appreciate it. If you're interested in joining, it's $5 a month. You have to have your own copy of the episode. We give you a countdown and you can watch along with us. It's pretty fun.
Yes, sir. Abe and Charlie, how y'all doing?
We're good, man.
Ole, 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 ole. Celtics.
Celtics and 6.
Celtics, I think 5.
I'm being respectful. I'm being respectful.
All right, respectfully.
Respect the opponent.
Yes.
Celtics and 6. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into this episode, Abe, can you read the comments from our previous Tony Tuesday?
Yes, I can indeed. This one comes from Late Cambrian. This is an underrated episode of The Sopranos. Lots of Sopranos comedy here with Vito and Adriana and the chair, and Junior being upset at the sketch artist. Oh yeah, this guy, I forgot about the sketch artist. He was so pissed. He was mean mugging him back in the courtroom after that.
The big gulp.
All right, this one comes from Mr. Tomlet. The horse is going to have several meanings down the line, so keep an eye on pie. But the most basic, in my opinion, is similar to what you're saying. Tony feels unable to properly feel empathy due to his upbringing, line of work, and it transfers to a simpler world where he is not seen as anything other than someone who can bring food and relief from the pain without the "are you in the mafia" kind of moments. Yeah, I get that. So more of like just a simplistic, like caring relationship with all of the baggage of what he does in his day-to-day. This last comment here comes from pretty much Bang Tan. The chair breaking the first time was a total accident, but their reactions were so great they kept it in.
That's
LMAO.
awesome.
A great moment. I'm glad they kept it in. And then they doubled down with Adriana's hitting in the chair too. So
So he actually broke the chair. Damn.
shout out Vito.
That's crazy. Because it like literally broke into like a bunch of different pieces.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
It looked like somebody unscrewed all the
Like
screws.
the armrest like separated,
Yeah.
like, everything. That was, wow.
Straight up.
We love those unscripted moments that just work.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. But with that being said, y'all, everybody hurts. What a title.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, Charlie. I got a question. What is the radio station Tony listens to? I think it's 102.2. What is that?
I've got
in
no
Jersey.
idea.
Let us
I'm
know.
not sure. You guys saw the comments of people addressing the gas station stuff,
Yeah.
pumping gas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still not.
So it's a mistake in the show.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, someone said like if you really wanted to in Jersey, you can.
Right.
I even asked the guys like, so you're saying if I'm in Jersey and I want to pump gas, all I gotta do is get out of my car, grab the pump, and mean mug the attendant, like brush him off basically.
The thing about not pumping your own gas and letting someone else do it, you kind of feel oblagated to tip.
Which I
what
don't
I'm
like
thinking,
that.
right?
I can pump my own gas.
Right.
I don't
Gas
want
is
you.
already expensive, and then
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
to tip on top of that.
Straight up.
You feel bad if you don't tip them. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
You guys let us know if you live in Jersey. Do you guys tip the gas
tenants?
pump guy?
I'm sure some people
Yeah. I mean, if I was living in Jersey, I would do it.
Right.
But
do. I'd pump my gas. I'd
yeah,
leave
obviously I
every
would pump
attendant.
my gas.
Even
Yeah,
here,
I would.
Even here, I've made the mistake of going to some gas stations where it has a
attendant. Yeah.
attendant where I didn't
Very
know.
few. But
And
yeah.
then I'm like, crap, I don't have any extra for a tip right now. Like, I don't have
Yeah, I'm
gas.
finding a new gas station.
Marvel there for me is not the stonework.
Oh no, bro.
And she's doing drugs.
Oh my god.
What the?
Just
Oh,
letting
pizza?
the dog eat the pizza. Ah, yikes.
Oh, they're doing it together.
Pulled together in such a way that they not only had blocks of stone, but bread on the table.
Jeez. People mentioned the podcasting that apparently is with him and Vito. That's not the one I've been listening to. Just a heads up.
You were listening to Meadow and AJ's podcast.
Yes. It's called Not Today, Pal.
Yeah.
This is the one I've been listening to.
Oh boy.
Who the hell is this guy with the bow cut?
There's no fucking way I'm going to the army.
Yeah, because his old man will put a horse's head in some senator's bed.
Bro, is that Paul Dano?
It is.
Is it
It is
actually?
Paul Dano.
Oh my god, bro. That's crazy.
That's got to be him. It looks exactly like him.
It is. You can tell by the way he's speaking.
Okay, AJ pulling girls.
He's in waste management.
Garbage?
Recycling.
We can just stop by. Watch the strippers coming in and out, right?
Wow, bro. Wow.
So crazy.
Literal child.
Jesus Christ. Everybody hurts. This name, the name of this episode is already like giving me anxiety.
Furio.
I heard Furio, the actor, speak like regularly, and I just can't. It just like threw me off.
Does he not Have a
No, not at all.
It's all made up?
Straight up American, yeah.
Oh my god.
Is he Italian American?
Probably.
You been drinking?
Yeah, I was gonna say he can tell that he's on something.
I gotta make it my number one priority to limit my exposure to potentially damaging conversations and wiretap shit like that.
Sure, guy in your position.
Over the next couple of years, more and more, I'm gonna be giving my orders through you. And then finally, only through you.
Oh, what about Sil? You got that with him and Paulie?
Those other guys, Sil, Paulie, one thing they're not, they're not my blood.
Yo, he shook.
You're gonna take this family into the 21st century.
We're already in the 21st century, though, T. Whatever you say, T. I'd follow you into the gates of hell.
There was a little bit of fear in his eyes, I feel, just getting trusted with more and more responsibility, and we know he doesn't really handle it well, at least to begin with.
I heard a car. Your son's out past curfew again.
Paul is Sil?
Oh, my goodness.
I just used the men's room.
Covered up real quick.
Sometimes I worry about Furio. Doesn't he seem lonely? I was telling Jessica about him this morning. You know, the hygienist in Dr. Macera's office? I know I shouldn't gossip, but I think she was having an affair with Dr. Macera. Their office Christmas card.
Oh, yeah, there's his hand on her ass.
Anyway, I think she's ready for somebody nice. And she seemed very receptive when I described Furio to her.
He's not his type.
What's his type?
Carmela.
Speaking of gossip, that noise in the Mercedes brought it over to Globe Motors to have it looked at.
Oh, yikes.
Now, remember that nice sales lady?
I gotta say, we haven't heard about Gloria in a hot minute.
I don't think so.
Gloria Trillo. She gave me a ride home that day. You know what Jerry told me about her? She died.
Oh. She what?
She committed suicide. Isn't that awful?
I'm starting to get the...
I have a thing about this.
She hung herself from a chandelier.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
She went full Sia.
No, sir.
So I heard in the podcast that David Chase would not put up with assholes on set, and
She was an asshole?
Jamie Lynn Sigler she mentioned a woman. She didn't name names, but she was like a new character or whatever. She was supposed to have a big thing going forward, and then they just axed her.
Interesting. I'm not surprised by what she said, though. I kind of expected that.
Right.
Do you mind if I ask what for?
Some business in France. A group is purchasing an Armagnac property. Domaine Vézelay, after Darros, one of the oldest, largest...
That's a castle.
This is a $10 million worldwide lounge. I got 100,000 into it, and I need 50 more to secure the North American distribution rights.
Armagnac.
I'll bring you a bottle of Vézelay, unbelievable, and with cigars, which are now very hot.
You only need the money for 10 days. How's that?
Because when the deal is done, the advertising money is released to me.
You understand, these people that I might know, they don't know you. So I wouldn't be just vouching for you. I, in essence, would be the lender. And it's gonna cost you.
How much?
$10,000.
Oof, Mel, Artie. 5.
7.5.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Little Lodi, please, can you clear off table 4?
Didn't realize that she was a server.
Right. Thought she was with the guy.
What's her brother?
Oh.
Artie, you want to bring in some meaningful money? Why don't you get your friend Anthony Soprano to pay his tab? It's close to $6,000, Arthur.
I could have an empire, like Bobby Flay, and it still wouldn't be good enough for you.
Damn.
Okay, I'll make you a deal, Artie. We'll start working on your empire right after we pay the $10,000 of orthodontia Melissa's gonna need this year.
Jesus Christ. 10K and orthodontist? That's a lot.
How
Way too
old
much.
is their kid? Because
Probably like 13,
isn't
15.
that shit covered?
Okay. This man's back here.
Gloria Trillo.
Oh, well, she's no longer with us.
You know where she went?
Actually, she died.
What happened?
Well, she committed suicide.
Why? I mean, she was salesperson of the year or something.
I didn't know her that well, but I got the impression she wasn't very lucky with men, that sort of thing.
When was this?
A month ago, maybe 2.
What'd she say? You know, in the papers you read, they always leave a note.
She did leave a note on her desk. The police took it. Later, they told us it was just copy for a classified ad. She was selling her wolf stove.
Imagine if she wrote anything incriminating in that.
Yeah, I don't know. Good question.
This is a rare pleasure. Or is it medium well?
This guy.
Brought along a pair of dirty chef weights. My friend here will suck out the stains for you.
It's foul. That's so foul.
I like to borrow a little money.
How little?
50,000. Just for a couple of weeks. I'm upgrading the kitchen in the restaurant.
Get the f*** out of here.
This is not good.
What's gonna happen in 2 weeks?
The insurance check's gonna come.
This is not good, Artie.
Yeah, man, everybody's hurting.
But I think I'm gonna pass.
Why not?
Because if you don't pay me back, I ain't gonna be able to hurt you.
You're going to have to borrow direct. Oh, we have not seen them in a session in a hot minute, I feel like.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing.
Not at all last episode, at least.
Oh, he's gonna.
Business okay? Everybody hunky-dory?
Well, you know, onward and upward.
How's Gloria Trillo? She's still, hanging around?
Had a feeling.
It's a terrible tragedy.
So you fucking know. You You let me fucking sit there.
Please sit down.
How the fuck am I supposed to trust you? You're my doctor.
Please sit down. You're scaring me. You've been drinking.
Why the fuck didn't you help her?
Sometimes you can't.
I bet you charged her enough, didn't you, huh? I bet you didn't cut her a deal because you're fucking incompetent.
I give my patients everything I've got. And when something like this happens, I'm devastated. I have to respect confidentiality even after a patient is dead. But with something like this, there's no one cause.
She did it after me. I mean, a minute. You know, she reached out to me for me to care, and I wasn't there for her.
Why are you so quick to blame yourself?
Yo, he looks horrible.
Yeah, he looks out of it.
Officer Ferretto called me and told me you came to him for money? You need something, you don't come to me? I'm your friend.
So consider yourself lucky I didn't impinge on our friendship.
Hey, but Arnie, this is me.
If I was desperate, if Melissa had a tumor instead of an overbite, that's not the knock wood. You'd be the first place I went to. Elodie's brother needs a bridge loan, $50,000.
Thought it was for the restaurant.
I told Ralphie that. I don't want him going around me to the principals.
Or for it.
Man's still drunk, bro. There's no way.
Bézalé, Armagnac.
He's doing all this for a little bit of profit and some wine, some sort of drink.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets distribution.
Vodka.
It's gonna be bigger than Stoli, Goose. Who ever heard of Goose before? It's French vodka. These guys, they're big players. They're throwing millions behind product introduction.
All right, you got it.
I told you, Tony, no.
I mean, what the f am I? A toxic person or something?
No, Tony, come on, please.
I'll charge you a point and a half, and believe me, I know that's a lot fucking better than Ralph Cifaretto would do.
And Ralph is charging $2.
Yeah.
Here's like $3,000.
Tom,
Somebody's gonna come by and give me the rest.
it's a good idea. Snifter, nice cigar. You see what I mean?
Yep.
He's gonna just, down it.
Jesus.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
Dinner's almost ready.
Flashbacks.
More like a mirage or like a daydreaming, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's holding the drink.
Oh, yikes. That's a good shot. And you see the chandelier in the background, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Those ashes.
Or ceiling tile coming down. Yeah.
Tony? Anthony? Which you want to say? This or this?
Damn. Do you guys remember the horror story book where the girl had the ribbon around her neck and then when she took it off, her head fell off?
No.
No, I've never heard of that.
There was a story that I used to read as a kid that was like that. I wonder if that was like an ode to that.
Cousin Brian's here.
I feel like we haven't seen him take his meds in a while either, so he's back on the Prozac now after having a nightmare.
How the hell did this dude get home? This is the question.
Be right down!
Yeah, true.
Wow, what a freaking... That shot was crazy.
Brian bought the papers, Tony. He said you called him last night to hurry things along.
Oh, my God.
And when I croak, it's your problem.
You have made me so happy, Tony.
This feels weird.
Right?
I'll get the originals back to you. I'll have a copy. Get one to your lawyer.
You see what Tony's doing though? I mean, if this is present, you see what he's doing?
Yeah.
He's fixing up all of his mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, that because also like somebody just committed suicide.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
he's
like
trying
his
to
life, trust and everything together.
Yeah, and there's also that too. What you're saying?
Call this number. Yes, for Patsy. Tell him I said to take care of you.
Thanks, Tony. You're a great guy.
This feels so.
Everyone's calling him a great guy.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like it's triggering something in him when somebody says that. Yeah. Phone only ring once?
It said it was a door chime.
Oh, is that a door chime?
This is AJ.
I'm so
AJ!
dead. AJ's not hurting.
Oh my God.
Is this playing?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Mom. This is Devin.
Hi, Devin. How are you?
Really well. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. Anthony, you want to turn that down?
Yeah.
Careful of my Yadro, please.
Oh, don't worry.
What do you call it?
Yadro. I don't even want to say how much it costs.
Nobody getting any ideas.
$3,000.
Oh.
Why would you do that, Carmela?
I really wanted to be alone with you.
My sister's dorm.
Sure, let's go.
I'll call her Sel.
Oh, he's going to ask her? I'm so dead. Oh, she's interning, right?
I went into the city with a friend, and I thought maybe we could hook up.
Great. I'm not on campus, but you can meet me.
What's the plan with this?
I thought it'd be like Don Corleone's compound with gate, wall, big old Cadillacs.
Oh.
Isn't that stupid?
Our place in Tahoe looks exactly like Michael's and too.
Wow, really?
No, we don't have a place in Tahoe.
I'm like a gangster dude's girlfriend.
Girl knows his father's the
he's
mafia. Yeah, she's just.
This is interesting. Remember, like, now he's getting something from this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this gonna pique his interest now?
Yeah.
Are you sure this is it?
Brook Avenue and 161st Street.
Columbia, this looks like Harlem.
South Bronx.
Oh.
Yeah, she's.
Oh yeah, that's where she's at.
Can I talk to you?
This man went all the way there to ask to use her dorm.
I need to use your room.
What for?
You know,
You've got to be kidding. Anthony, no.
just for a little while. Why not?
I don't even want to think about it. It's my bed. How am I going to go in there after?
We'll just stay on the coverlet.
No.
We came all the way over here.
I thought you wanted to go into the city. There's all this stuff going on. I thought we'd go to the Alphabets. A friend of mine's sister's reading. She's a novelist.
Dude could have asked her on the phone.
Literally.
What?
The greatest cultural center in the world. And you came over here for sex?
Look at the way these people have to live.
Yeah.
I think they're overwhelmed. They're in a cycle. They keep having kids. We're just so insulated from reality. I mean, we have everything we want.
When you think about it.
We're on food stamps and welfare.
And my mom could go out and buy a statue for $3,000. $3,000. We have a housekeeper 3 days a week.
We have one too.
I guess I just lucked out to be rich and live in a big house.
It's an interesting little like discovery of like class.
Mm-hmm.
Already 86 tonight.
They come to see you.
Oh, you.
It's the earring, baby. It's doing it for her.
Okay, I'm gonna get a belly.
Hey, yo.
I'm telling you, bro, it's the earring.
Is Jean-Philippe okay?
What do you mean?
He was gonna call me. I left him a couple of messages. He didn't call me back. Did you hear from him?
Well, he always works strange hours.
Is he getting played, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
100%, yeah.
They're already at home eating dinner in Toulouse.
By the time we wake up, they're already eating dinner. That's not true.
Problems with the investment, Arthur?
She's too smart, bro.
What do you think? She suddenly wants to play hide the boudin blank with you?
Yeah,
Yeah, she cooked him.
Yeah, he got. Hate to see it. Sorry, Artie.
That sucks. It's a lot of money he's gonna owe Tony.
Billy Joel, maybe you shouldn't count on us.
You mean you might not be able to come?
Oh, Julio got it now.
Oh, what a shame. That's awful. Oh, what am I going to do with those tickets?
She knows exactly.
God, I love marrow.
Oh, boy.
Something for after dinner? I got a nice almanac.
Ouch. I used to drink that in France. Histamines.
Oh, I think it's good.
What did you say?
She says she used to have that drink, the Armagnac, in France.
What's histamines?
Artie just had like a reaction to it as if like...
Yeah, she said something about it having histamines. I don't know what
No,
that is.
not on that. More on like, I think the fact that she has had it before.
I mean, we can go at it pretty good, but you always seem to reach out when it counts.
She's going to tell him he's a good guy?
Did you ever know anybody that ever committed suicide?
Funny. I used to live in Seattle, Tony.
Did you feel responsible?
Yeah, I did. You know, partly. We all did. My last conversation with him was an argument. You never really know why.
You can leave the bottle. And, Artie, put that on my table.
Of course.
Yikes.
Can I talk to you?
As he stands right over him.
I know the money's due in a couple of days.
You got played.
Frankly, I'm a little concerned. I can't get a hold of Jean-Philippe. He doesn't return my calls.
Did you go over there?
Well, not yet.
You gotta go over there. The guy's not returning your phone calls.
I know.
They miss a payment. They start acting like they're doing you a favor if they give you anything. And then you're gonna spend all your time hounding them. You gotta get your arms around this thing.
Artie's not gonna do that.
You know, well, I mean, I feel like he's going to have to. I feels like he's going to have to. But if he's in France, bro, like, where's he going to go all the way over there?
I called you 5 times. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Message machine broken.
I feel like if anything, though, Tony could like let this slide because kind of owes Artie a lot.
Yeah, but it's 50 grand. It's not, you know, it's not nothing.
I know, but...
Stand up, you frog-eating fudge-to-the-gods. I will fuck you up.
Why you won't go?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Why you won't go? Pigeon on my soul. What you do that for?
Yo, the cuts on this episode have been great. Like,
Dude, no,
really
this,
good.
This episode is crazy. That shot, like that zoomed out shot of them just like framing with the bathroom in there. That was
Jean-Philippe, you're home. Qu'est-ce que c'est, man? Message machine broken?
just like you practiced.
You were supposed to give me my money 2 days ago.
I know. But Crédit Lyonnais, they didn't come through with a second round of financing yet.
That's not my problem, Jean-Philippe. I want my money.
I just told you, I don't have it.
When are you gonna get it?
I don't know, okay? Doesn't look too good.
What does that mean?
I don't know if it's going to happen, all right? They were not convinced to our business model. They didn't agree there was as much potential for Armagnac. It seems that people cannot figure out how to market Armagnac.
You said it was the next vodka.
Hey, so we are big boys, we must move on.
I want my money.
Are you stupid? That money spent. Operating expenses, notaire, travel.
No, you have my $50,000.
It's business. It's a risk.
I have a daughter who needs braces.
Listen to me. I don't have it right now.
You fucking French fucking lying cocksucker.
Oh, shit.
Oh, to your mother. Oh, to your... Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, you ripped the ear.
You ripped my fucking ear.
You con. See you again, I'll kill you.
Oh, that guy's axed, bro. He's done.
Who?
The French dude. He just got himself killed.
I wouldn't put your money on that. I think Artie's in more trouble than anything else.
We shall know forsooth.
This is crazy, bro.
All right, Paul.
Reason I think so is because Tony C's already got beat up. This guy got his money somehow, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna have. That's gonna be his first reaction.
Proceed on parking the auto court.
The auto court? The hell is that? A parking lot?
Are they visiting the girl?
Oh, she's
rich.
She's old money, probably.
That's
Look
a
at
Hummer. Oh my god.
Damn.
She lives in a castle.
Well, that looks like the castle the dude was shown on the Armagnac thing.
Mm-hmm.
So funny because he had a concept of being rich, and now he's here, and it's a different story.
Nice place.
Now I want to know who her father is. What he does. Jesus Christ, bro.
He's drinking the Armagnac.
And all the pill bottles.
Get out of here.
Yo, these editing has been insane in this episode. It's Artie.
I just want you to know that I tried. And I didn't mean to hurt anybody. And I loved you, and I'm sorry I let you down.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no.
I'm a complete and total failure. You take care of Charmaine.
What did you do, Artie?
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Oh, no.
Oh, he took those pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go to sleep. Artie, you hear me? Don't go to sleep.
Shit.
Yeah, here's his chance to do what he wish he could with
Yeah, he's trying to make up for it.
Yeah.
All right, what the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna call 911. Doing more good than I can.
Good thought.
Are these real?
Yeah.
Shook.
I was gonna say, is this Picasso?
Well, my dad collects his later stuff.
They're all cocks.
Shit, they must be worth millions at least. Isn't your dad afraid we're gonna steal them?
No.
What is that, a soda turntable?
Whoa, Patrick, little Mr. Consumer.
Freaking Paul Dano third wheeling out here.
Hey, bro. I third wheeled in this house too.
Go to the other side of the house.
I'll check out the home theater.
I feel so stupid. My mother's stupid Yadro, and we have a housekeeper 3 days a week.
I don't care. I like you.
Oh.
Rubber sole in mint condition. This has got to be worth what?
Oh. I would be there too.
What happened?
It all went to shit. The money's gone.
Can't you come and talk to me? Hey, I'm your friend.
He did try to talk to you.
Take the restaurant.
I don't want the fucking restaurant.
And how am I gonna pay you back? $50,000 to take the rest of my life.
With the tab run.
51.5. Big wise, Artie. And technically, you already missed the payment.
Yeah, see?
Let it slide, Tony.
Look, we'll wipe my tab at the restaurant.
But his tab was like $7,000.
Yeah, it wasn't anything close.
That's what, $6,000?
Yeah, 6.
What about the rest of the money?
I'll assume the guy's dead. Collect the 50 G's.
Thank you.
You're a good man.
The cobwebs are now removed.
The fuck are you talking about?
You saw this whole thing, didn't you? You knew exactly what was gonna happen. You can see 20 moves down the road. Please, I don't blame you. I envy you. It's like an instinct, like a hawk sees a little mouse moving around a cornfield from a mile up.
You think it's my fault you're fucking lying in here?
It's just that somebody mentions
Whoa.
50 grand to bankroll a French digestif, and your mind goes through all the permutations at like internet speed and realizes, oh, worst case scenario, I eat for free.
Oh, this is crazy to be saying this right now after all of that, bro.
You fucking suicide. You're disgraceful.
I'm sorry.
Now fuck that.
Jesus.
That switch was crazy.
You got mugged outside of your house. It was a street crime. Kids, they took your wallet and your watch. Where are they? You don't care what people think? Well, I do. Enough people hate me. You fought back. They ripped your earring out of your ear. You were bleeding. You went inside your house. You took a bunch of pills to kill the pain because you knew you'd have to wait at the emergency room for a couple hours.
Tone, they pumped my stomach. They saw the Armagnac.
You got fucking mugged. Do you understand me? I didn't loan you shit.
Damn.
A bottle of red.
Brian, all night I admire your suit.
My man, Mr. Soprano, turned me on to it.
Nice. Patsy?
I'd like to propose a toast to our host, Tony. Great tickets, great meal, great wine, and for being a great guy who I'm proud to call a new friend.
There it is.
Yeah. So he says I planned it all along. That I could see 20 steps down the road how it was going to go and how he was going to get screwed.
Did you?
I don't know. According to him, it's subconscious, second nature.
But the accusation bothers you.
Is that the kind of person I am? A hawk? It's an animal.
Well, as I understand it, you make a lot of your living through usury. So why the pangs of conscience this time? Do you think your reaction would have been the same if at all your friend taking the pills, all of it, hadn't happened a week or so after you found out about Gloria?
I'll tell you one thing. One suicide is bad enough, but two, they can both go f themselves. Made a donation to the suicide hotline in her name, and that's it.
Wrong person you want at your door.
Yep.
That's why I said that guy's gone.
No, I hear it. But I don't think it would have been the same if Artie didn't have that breakdown. Tony took pity on him. If it was anybody else, it wouldn't be like that.
How come your dad doesn't have that Don Corleone money?
He hides it. He hides inside of bird feed or whatever. Great episode.
I try, just takes you further from me. Everybody was hurting.
100%.
Jeez. First, what stood out to me in this episode were the cuts. They were just cutting to, when they would cut scenes, it would just be the polar opposite of what was happening. Like you had the moment where, you know, AJ sees this massive house and just look and glamorizing over the beauty and just how huge this house is and just how rich his girlfriend is. And then it, boom, cuts to Artie depressed and ready to end his whole life. And you're like, whoa, it was just taking you through roller coasters of emotions. And I don't know, wild. But I just want to know, starting with Charlie, this episode was centered around Gloria and Tony trying to make amends to relationships around him and to people that he may have done wrong. For example, you had the whole situation with Carmela and the trust. And one thing that A brought up is, it's not just, you know, him trying to make amends for that, but also one day he could actually, you know, die. But my interpretation of seeing that for the first time was, I think he was doing it to just please Carmela due to the fact of what had occurred with Gloria. But I just want to know, with this episode that has stood out and with Gloria and that narrative, what stood out to you with Tony specifically and how he was acting this episode?
Well, I want to say that I think the past two episodes are very alike in the fact that it hones in on money and the problems that money brings. And I think the whole contrast between what we were seeing with Artie and Tony and then what we were seeing with AJ and his new girlfriend, like, I think that's there's a good contrast there of like AJ and his girlfriend are like, you know, seeing poor people on the street and whatever, and they're like, oh, we're very fortunate. And then AJ sees her house is bigger than his and starts to compare and be like, wow, I had no idea that you were so much better off than I was, and I thought I was a hotshot, but look at you, your dad has all this crap, he has Picasso paintings. And the whole fact of like Tony trying to right his wrongs with money as well. Even at the very end, he made a donation to the suicide hotline because he felt guilty about Gloria. Like, that's how he saw he could fix the problem, always with money. So he got shit-faced drunk, try to fix the problem with Artie by lending him money. The thing with Carmela too, I think it's just out of impulse, and he was drunk when he called Brian too to tell him like, hey, come back with the paperwork, let's do this. So he doesn't know how to fix his problems with genuine interest and like love and affection. Like, money is all he knows.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I also think that specifically the thing about the trust, it felt very like the timing of it was very interesting because he finds out about Gloria committing suicide, and then he's clearly in this spiral, and then he basically sets up the trust in the sense of if he dies, his money goes to his family and all that stuff. So it was very like on the nose, almost as if he was very much thinking about death and like his life and his potential end. Like that, there was no like, that resolution came so quickly and we didn't even expect it, that I was like, okay, he's very much thinking about like, you know, the shortness of life and like, you never know, I guess, that kind of thing. And as somebody who also struggles with like anxiety and depression, like I start to wonder if he had ever contemplated, you know, without saying it outwardly, like suicide himself in certain situations. And I don't think we've gotten to the point yet where he, you know, is really, really thinking about it. But it's clear to me that, you know, he is also not mentally stable. And this thing with Gloria had kind of a triggering effect for him.
To piggyback off of that, do you remember that conversation you had with Christopher in season 1 about like, oh, do you ever think about, you know, killing yourself? And then Christopher's like, no, that's for losers or whatever, weak people or whatever. So I do feel like very early on, Tony is like, has been contemplating life.
Yeah.
So it's not like very in your face, like direct, like what we saw with Artie, like him drinking like a ton and like swallowing a ton of pills and poisoning himself. But he definitely, it crosses his mind.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think this, firstly, I love this episode. Like, this is one of my favorite episodes ever. Just like the filmmaking of it. I thought the writing was really good. The screenplay was fire. Because I specifically, one of my favorite scenes was the daydreaming or whatever dream moment with Gloria. Like that whole sequence of being with her and almost like trying to make up for lost time. But he knows it's like she's doomed and he's potentially doomed. I thought that was very, very well done.
The abrupt cuts and stuff.
Dude, the cutting, it was crazy. And the one that it cut, the abrupt cut to Christopher,
that
was
bathroom,
nuts.
That was insane. That part for me, man, Christopher's arc is very interesting because it's and it's so painful to kind of watch. Like, it's hard in this show because like you want to root for these player characters, even though they're bad people. But like, you know, in an ideal world, you'd want to root for, you know, Christopher to be a good successor and a good mouthpiece for Tony. And Tony has absolutely no idea about what's going on with Christopher. And I think if he did know, obviously he would have a completely different mindset and idea of what, you know, what would happen. And also, like, I also think it's a little bit interesting that he's, you know, it feels like part of the reasoning of him wanting to get Christopher introduced as this like mouthpiece and like giving orders is because I think he wants to take a step back and like protect his family. But like also that's like a second thing in this episode where he's like kind of preparing for like life after him. Like, you're going to be the person who's giving orders for me, blah, blah, blah. And basically saying, like, you're going to be the successor of this family at some point. And then at the same time, in this episode, he's, you know, doing the trust that Carmela wants. It almost feels existential, again, of, like, my time here is limited. And I'm trying to set things up to continue working after me. But there's clear problems, like things about, like, he doesn't know Carmela has this clear thing for Furio and all of this. And then he has no idea Christopher has drug problems, has no idea that Adriana's potentially informed or is informing now with the feds. Like, a lot of stuff that are variables. He has no idea, like, how to control them or anything like that. And I think this, like, the title of the episode was very on the nose and very, you know, showing all of the hurt kind of behind the curtains
scenes
for every single person. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There was a lot of comparison to Don Corleone in this episode, and the stereotypical, you know, mafia and mobster versus reality. And I just want to know what stood out to you in that comparison in this episode, what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, I think that The Sopranos does a very good job at showing kind of probably the realistic viewpoint of it. Like, it's not as lavish as people might think. especially because like they actually have to go a long way to make, you know, a decent amount of money. And I think it was cool to see AJ wrestling with that perception, like his friend's perception of like, oh, your dad's a mob boss, so you must have X, Y, and Z. His girlfriend thinking the same thing, and then seeing that his girlfriend's more well off, and having just thought of like, damn, if everything is true about my family and my dad being in organized crime and doing X, Y, and Z and having all this power, how the hell am I like? How the hell are we so much lesser class than my girlfriend? Like I thought that was very interesting, and I think in reality, it's like all this bad shit that they're doing, like everything that they're doing to make money, like it only goes so far, and like the risk of it is crazy, and it just goes to show you like risk reward wise, maybe this life isn't as worth it as people might think, because the outcome clearly isn't as lavish. If you're looking at like the number one boss in the Jersey family in Tony, you know, the life they're living, it's a great life, don't get me wrong, like they're not poor, they're not broke, they're very well off, but in terms of the level of standard that people from the outside probably see, it's probably less than people would estimate, I think.
The other thing too, though, don't they have to keep a low profile in a way? So like they can only go so far without drawing so much attention to themselves.
Yes, but I mean,
so I don't know how much money Tony really has, right? Because I bet he could get something like really lavish, possibly.
Well, they've talked about
maybe not.
money struggles so much in this season and the last season, like about Junior's legal fees and everything. So like they can't be that flush with money, because
it's true.
In the cases where they struggle to $50K for Meadows' thing, to donate to the school, this, I mean, like $50K is a lot of money, but like to people who are rich, that's nothing. Like 50 grand is not anything for 100 millionaires.
Her father had Picasso.
It's a different level, right? So clearly, and that is the crazy thing about this, that I think like the drive towards money and everything that they do to get money, and like clearly it's not even enough for the life that they live. So that's the really interesting part for me.
We saw something that really triggered Tony this episode. It was, yo, you're a good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
You're a great guy.
Yeah.
And that really set him off. Charlie was always pointing it out, and I'm starting with Charlie. What did you see from that specifically with Tony? I think we've seen, I think in earlier seasons, when someone does acknowledge Tony, he doesn't take it well. This is something that's been developing throughout the series, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm
He's
just
not
wondering
good with compliments. Probably has to do with his upbringing and how he was talked down to a lot. By his mother especially, but I feel like it just brought him guilt whenever somebody said, yeah, you're a great guy, Tony. And then that's usually when you see him like try to right his wrongs, or it's right after he rights his wrongs that they're like, you're a good guy. And then you kind of just see his face. He's kind of like not believing it, or I don't know. He just doesn't really have a good reaction to that. So deep down inside, I think he knows he's like, I'm not a good person, but he does have a heart, Tony, but he's also a bad guy. He's a killer. He's a mob boss. Like, he has a lot of blood on his hands. So I think he knows that, and it's like it's bogging him down, like his conscience. So.
I agree with you, but there's one thing that I think a little bit differently. Like when I think that Tony. When Tony hears like the "you're a great guy" thing, I don't think he's like righting his wrongs. I almost think he's like trying to do the opposite. Like he's almost trying to affirm this view of himself as a bad guy. Because like I think one thing that we saw in this is like Artie calls him a great guy, and he gets absolutely shit-faced, and then he starts thinking about Gloria and all this sort of stuff. Yes, he does, make the change for the trust and all that stuff, but I think that was like more of guilt than anything. And then I think we see him at one point like cheating again. It's been a minute since we've seen him cheating.
That's true.
So we see these things of like almost the disgust in his face when people call him a great guy, because he knows that doesn't match with his self-concept. Like he doesn't see himself as a great guy. So when people say that, it makes him uncomfortable. Like it makes his skin
I think the thing is
crawl a little bit.
He rights his wrong, and then somebody compliments him saying he's a great guy, and then he kind of tries to undo it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like this, it's almost like this pressure of like being a good person is too much. You know what I mean? Like it's almost easier to be seen as a piece of shit. And he wants to maybe crawl back into that a little bit and default to that a little bit. It's clearly a struggle. I don't, you know, I'd love to hear people's thoughts on how they see this, but that's the way that I view it, is that anytime that is kind of brought up to him as him being a good person, he almost tries to confirm the opposite. Or, you know, in Artie's case, that scene where he flipped and was telling him, like, I envy the fact that you could see, like, basically that I was helpless and, like, you could take advantage of the situation. Like, he almost blew up, like, through all, he did blow up through all of that. And I think it was a little bit of a confirmation of, you know, somebody else acknowledging, like, you have ulterior motives. Like, you might be looking and acting like a great guy, but you're a piece of shit and you know it, like, in the back of your mind.
Right.
I think that's, and then going to therapy and talking to Melfi about it, confirmed to me that, you know, he was struck by that comment. Like, it hurt.
It hurt him. It hurt him.
That reminds me of the whole bust out situation or whatever.
Yeah.
When they did,
yeah,
with Davey,
Davey, because he was like, you know, yeah, sure, I'll spot you, whatever. But like, he was seeing ahead, like, oh, this guy's gonna screw himself up. He's a gambling addict. He's gonna get into debt. He's gonna owe me, and then I'm gonna take his business and screw him.
That's true.
But I think what was different with Artie, obviously, you know, they have a long-lasting relationship,
right?
But also, it's the timing, right? Even Melfi said it's the timing of when this occurred.
Yeah,
of Gloria.
That's exactly why I think Ralphie was like, you know what, I'm out, because if you owe me money, you can't pay me back. I can't hurt you. I
Right.
can't do
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
to you. And like, Tony should have realized that, right? But Tony was like really trying to. He was really bothered by the fact that Artie wasn't coming to seek him for help, and also he was absolutely drunk.
But to Artie's point, like, could it have been that Tony in the back of his head would be like, oh, well, I could eat for free. Like, worst comes to worst, like, I could just have my tab cleaned out at Vesuvio's, and you know, I can keep this going. Like, I get something out of it. I'm not gonna. I'm leaving here with something.
Right.
That's what I think that Artie is getting at, and in a way, Tony almost feels like it confirmed.
Yeah.
That he's subconsciously.
And you guys agree. And you guys agree with that? That Tony is always 20 steps ahead without even realizing that he is.
I think so. I think Artie kind of hit the nail on the head of like, subconsciously, whether or not he knows it, he is only doing things that is going to benefit him, whether it's the outcome he wants or not. He is going to get something out of that, and that to me is a kind of a confirmation of the, you know, the negative ways that people could potentially see Tony, the bad guy, in him, and now he's grappling with that.
Yeah, exactly. And then in this episode, we also saw, I don't think it was the first time, but we saw the representation of classes, right, where AJ and Devin go into the South Bronx, and they see the disparity in their life versus someone who is living in a lower class.
And we also saw that back when Jackie Jr. was like hiding out in the projects.
Yeah.
Before he died.
Yeah. And again, going back to what Charlie was saying about money, I think the focus on the season is, you know, it's on that. It's on money. It's on class. It's on, you know, how further deep down are they going to take this? You know, how deeper would they go with money? Like, I know money is the root of all evil, right? How
far are you willing to go?
Yes, exactly. How far are you willing to go?
How much money is enough? Like, all that. Like, how much what are you willing to do for $1 million, $5 million? Like, the higher the stakes, how much worse are you willing to act, or how much worse of a thing are you willing to do?
More money, more problems.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But also, like, the higher the stake, the worse shit you got to do.
Yeah. And then we also got Furio. He came in clutch right at the end.
Yeah.
We already know what happened. They did not need to show it to us. We know what happens.
Well, I'm curious if he killed the guy or if the guy just got beaten up.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll tell us.
I'm sure they just beat him up because they want the money. So.
Yeah. He's got the money back. But with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode. We love you guys and see you soon for more Tony Tuesday. Stay beautiful, y'all.
See ya.